Hello everyone. Today I want to run through the fragrances in my collection, and I have quite a number that are perfect for outdoor adventures. All kinds of outdoor stuff, anything outdoors, gardening, camping, hiking, barbecuing. These are my picks. If you'd like to see what they are, do keep watching. First up, I want to mention one that I just have a sample of, but I really love this. One of the reasons I don't have a full bottle of Après from Ellis, Brooklyn, is I feel like Après from Ellis, Brooklyn would be perfect for a really cold climate, outdoor hiking in the cold weather. I live in a warm climate here in Queensland, Australia, but this one takes me outside straight away. Après relating to après skiing, I believe. So this is piney and boozy. There's the smell. I'm not sure what the aromatic pine note is in it, but it takes me to a pine forest for sure. There's juniper berries in here, so you have that aromatic freshness. And there's whiskey in here as well. I feel like this is really nicely done. This sample came with some purchases more than a year ago, and I remember giving this a wear, and it did have moderate longevity and projection on my skin, which is quite something for Ellis, Brooklyn. But I'm dying to know, especially from my lovely friends there in the cold climates, have you tried Après from Ellis, Brooklyn, and what do you think? To me, it's perfect for a hike in the cold weather. Après from Ellis, Brooklyn. This one I can wear here in autumn and winter, and it's Amethyst Exquise from Lalique. This is delicious, and of the selection I've got today, I would say this is the most feminine one. The others are more on the unisex side, but Amethyst Exquise from Lalique, very feminine. Very fruity, all kinds of dark berries in this one, and it's balanced by a lot of woody notes in the base. So good, Amethyst Exquise. And I know we've mentioned this in the comments. I've mentioned it quite some time ago, and others of you have said that you wear this hiking, and I do too in the cooler weather. Because of the berries, because of the woody notes, this is transporting me to a walk in the woods for sure. I've worn this to open air markets before in the cooler weather. It's got some great longevity. This lasts the better part of a day, and it's got at least moderate projection. So fruities, fruit, it's that strong kind of syrupy berries, but the sweetness of that is balanced by the woods in the base. There's plenty of vanilla in here too. That is Amethyst Exquise from Lalique. And the bottle, look at the light going through the bottle. These bottles are gorgeous. Emeer from Lattafa. This has become my unofficial, I should say. This has become my unofficial gardening scent. I love this for gardening. This is unisex, perhaps leaning a touch masculine. It is citrus, and it's woody, and with that it gets a little powdery, but it's so strong. I just love it. I've mentioned before I'm a fan of citrus fragrances, but this one has woods and musks in it. And it is on the masculine side, but for some reason in gardening gear, getting hot and bothered, doing all the gardening things, this somehow keeps my spirits up. It projects, very, very strong projection. And I guess I'm not going to bother anyone gardening on my own. Great. So yeah, citruses, aromatic tones, and woods in the base, and it goes quite powdery with all that. That is Emeer from Lattafa. This is one where like 3 sprays, oh my gosh, 3 sprays will do you, and strong projection till you take a shower. And this bottle is quite stunning. Emeer from Lattafa. I also have here Encre Noire, another one by Lalique. This is a classic for a reason, definitely unisex. So good. This one comes alive on the skin much more than on the strip. It's a vetiver fragrance and it's got a mysterious ink note, but I just mostly get the vetiver, which is very lemony and citrusy. This one has a very calming, grounding effect on me. It really immediately calms me and grounds me, Encre Noire. So it's that lemony hay-like quality that I usually get from vetiver, but the combination in here is just beautiful. This one works for 3/4 of the year. I can't do this in high heat, but warm weather, fine. In fact, it's quite lovely in warm weather. But this trans-seasonal kind of thing, it's very outdoorsy. To me, it's almost spa-like because I get that really grounding, slightly citrusy quality from Encre Noire. It's a favorite for me, even though I don't wear it a lot. Perfect to wear outside because it's grounding, invigorating at the same time, and that vetiver is very outdoorsy. Encre Noire from Lalique. Another fragrance that I don't talk about very often is Santal Volcanique from Maison Crivelli. This one suits outdoor environments for me as well. Again, it's unisex. It's a very well done sandalwood. I find the sandalwood very clean and clear, but it's not pencil shavings, nor is it creamy. It's a dry sandalwood. It's clear and there's spices in here, but it's not spicy like a Lattafa fragrance. The spices aren't as strong or as obvious as that. They're much smoother. They're more subtle. And I guess with the Volcanique description, I'm picturing big rocks in the sun, and it smells to me like sandalwood somehow combined with what rocks or boulders in the sun would smell like, which to me gives it that very outdoorsy feel. There's something fresh about this as well. I feel like for most women, this would be a touch too masculine, but it's not especially strong or powerful, so I feel like I can wear it. And the way it's all done, I find it very comforting. Yeah, smooth, clean, clear, slightly on the fresh side sandalwood combined with somehow like steam on rocks that are baking in the sun. Santal Volcanique from Maison Crivelli. Let's talk about Le Prestige Royale from Khadlaj. Now this one I am wearing at the moment. And it's so interesting with these Middle Easterns, isn't it? In the sense of this has been sitting on the shelf for me here at home for 12 months. I did not like this when I first got it. It just wasn't coming together. It wasn't lasting any length of time at all. And to my nose, it didn't smell close enough to what it's inspired by, which is Hibiscus Mahajah from Maison Crivelli. I've got a small decant of Hibiscus Mahajah. And when I first got this, like I say, it's a year ago or something like that, I felt like this lacked the best of that fragrance. It lacked a beautiful fruitiness that's in the original Hibiscus Mahajah. And the fruitiness, I think, is an aspect of hibiscus. However, this has improved a great deal. It's lovely. And I always found that it's quite green. This one especially, more so than the original. So again, this is Le Prestige Royale from Khadlaj. There's quite an interesting hothouse flowers or the leaves at least, the whole experience of being in a greenhouse in here, combined with white florals now. None of it's too much, and there is some sweetness in here now. But even when I first got it, it took me outside. In my mind, this is perfect for outdoors. I'd wear this barbecue, or, you know, I'm looking out at the small deck we have here, and of an evening, sitting out there for a meal with family and friends, this would be perfect because it's got that outdoor aspect and it's not too much. I think this is all year round. So very interesting to me that this has improved a lot. That is Le Prestige Royale from Khadlaj. Another one that takes me outdoors. Here's one for the warmer weather. If you're a regular viewer of the videos, you'll know I had quite an infatuation with Dirty from Lush. I got this in the middle of summer, last summer, and it was a godsend because it is perfect for the hot weather, particularly if you're doing anything outside. In fact, let's backtrack a bit. It's predominantly spearmint. And what I was going to say was, I feel like Dirty, this spearmint fragrance, actually needs to be worn outside. It needs some space. Indoors, I'm going to spray it. Indoors, it's a little strong. Oh, but it's so good. If you love minty fragrances, this is predominantly, what I get is the spearmint. There's a ton of other herbal notes in here. It might be tarragon and sage. I can't recall them. But I mostly get the spearmint, and it's so very good and perfect for outdoors because it projects. It's, you know, that Lush essential oils. These Lush fragrances, I don't know any that don't project like a beast, and Dirty is no exception. I've worn this to the beach. I've worn this pretty much leaving the house. If I know we're going to be outside in the summertime, highly recommend. But I feel like the strength of that spearmint could be off-putting for some, but it's perfect for me outdoors. And as you can see, with all the fragrances I've got, I managed to do that in about 2 months, the last 2 months of summer. Dirty by Lush. I want to give a shout out to these Excentric molecule fragrances. I have two. I have Excentric 03, which is vetiver. If I had to choose between Excentric 03 and Encre Noire, here's an interesting point. If asked which I prefer the most, I would say I prefer the smell of Encre Noire. I said it's almost a spiritual experience or something for me wearing this one. It's very grounding. However, this is the one, Excentric 03. It's always tricky to know which way these bottles go because the writing's on the back. There we go. I've actually worn this more. I've worn this one more. I think because I feel like this one's more mass appealing. So if I'm going somewhere and want to feel fresh, clean and enlivened, I feel less self-conscious wearing Excentric 03, which is their vetiver fragrance. It's also got some citrus and some gentle florals in there as well. But I prefer to wear this one. Oh, it's nice. It's really nice. It's got aromatic quality. I guess the vetiver in here is not as pronounced as Encre Noire. Great one. Outdoor activities, and both this and Excentric 01, which I'll talk about next, they last forever on the skin. Amazing longevity, moderate projection. The projection on here is not crazy, but oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. The vetiver is less hay-like, less, dried grass than Encre Noire. And you pick up, it's a mixture of some citrus, I think there's a little lemon, and there's some delicate florals in here. Escentric 03 from Escentric Molecule. Escentric 01 is the ISOE Super fragrance, which, this is great. This one is definitely your skin but better, for sure. And I dare say I've got this around the wrong way. Oh no, that's the right way. For sure, you don't necessarily smell like you're wearing a perfume with Escentric 01, and it would be the same with Molecule 01. So the difference between, I think we all know, the molecule fragrances and the eccentric fragrances is the molecule fragrances just have that key ingredient alone, and then in the eccentric line, they add a couple of little ingredients. I think there's a touch of iris in here. Very lovely, beautiful. It's more subtle than Escentric 03. Like a lot of the ISOE Super fragrances, I'm thinking Not a Perfume, Juliet Has a Gun. They are your skin but better. This one, summer friendly for sure. And again, because it's got that airy, fresh quality, and this one's a touch powdery, but there's a freshness to it, a slight citrus quality. It takes me outdoors. I'd wear this doing anything outside, just odd jobs outside, gardening. Escentric 01 from Escentric Molecules. Aqua Palma from Montale. I've mentioned this before. I really love this. This is also best worn outdoors. It is very fresh. It's got cardamom in here, and the cardamom almost has another minty quality to it. Clean, cooling, very unisex. I like it a lot. I've said before, when I first got this, I've had this for 18 months or so now, but when I first got it, the cardamom came off almost like menthol or toothpaste or something like that. It's less mentholy now. It's much more settled down. This one is heavenly, heavenly. It's so refreshing, so cooling, and so long lasting on the hottest of days. I wear this a lot in car trips where I know it's going to be so warm. I mean, yes, of course, cars are air conditioned, but in and out of cars, you get back in a warm car. This one helps me keep my cool when I'm outside. I wear it spring and summer. Aqua Palma from Montale. Une Amourette from État Libre d'Orange. This is such an interesting fragrance, and it reminds me of the outdoors too. Somehow similar, in a similar way to Après from Ellis, Brooklyn, in that the combination of notes here, I kind of get a piney aromatic vibe as well. This one is not for hot weather, which is why I've not worn a lot of it. Other people have described Une Amourette as like a dusty attic, that kind of thing. And I do get that. But for me, the combination of the notes, it's heavy on the neroli and it's got akigala wood and patchouli in it. That combination for me is outdoors. It's green, it's aromatic. Gosh, it's good. It is so good. If there was more cooler weather here, I would wear this more. Very much unisex. If you like neroli and patchouli, and with the akigala wood, I believe that's like, it's synthetic, but I believe it's a derivative of patchouli, and it's this woody kind of, it's the same, I believe it's the same note that's in the base of Angel Nova by Mugler, that really quite patchouli-like. Neroli, patchouli, woods, and something aromatic, but I guess it's how the neroli's done. It's so unusual. I did a video, you know, a lot more than a year ago. One of my first videos was about the most unusual fragrances I have. And this was one of them, and it remains the most unusual, one of the most unusual fragrances. But these fresh, aromatic, woody fragrances, I find them just so invigorating and mood boosting. So yeah, like I don't get tons of citrus. It's definitely neroli. So it's that really kind of green sharpness. Yeah. It's a walk in the woods. Again, the image I have with outdoors is snow. So yeah, it's a pine walk in the woods. So good. Don't hear about it a lot. I wonder if any of you have Une Amourette by Etat Libre d'Orange, a great one that reminds me of hiking in cold weather. Let's talk about my favorite hiking fragrance. Oh, this is Aura from Mugler. Wow, I love this. This is a journey. It opens very green, very fresh. I get something citrusy in the opening. Very unusual as well. As it dries down, the vanilla comes out, and it's a green vanilla, the whole thing. But to me, the vanilla is like cola, sarsaparilla to my nose, or root beer. And it's not too much. You might think hiking with that, but it's not too much. It's just gentle wafts of it. But the opening is very green, yeah, and sharp. It's got rhubarb in here, and that's that sharpness. And I remember when I was first trying to get my head around how to describe this more than a year ago, I was thinking that rhubarb note is a combination of green and brown. And I think that's what rhubarb is to me. It's this very sharp, twiggy green, but there's something slightly woody to this, how the rhubarb's done here. Oh yeah, very unusual. It's a shame this is discontinued because I feel like this holds its own today. Perfect for the outdoors. It's meant for the outdoors. That is Aura from Mugler. To wrap up this list, let's go with Citrus Riviera from BDK. This one is the most refined smelling citrus fragrance you can imagine. And why it's especially outdoorsy to me is it is green as well. There's many notes in here, but how the eucalyptus is done, combined with that lemon, is very outdoorsy to me. You can almost feel a Mediterranean breeze when you smell this. You feel like you're amongst trees as well as smelling this gorgeous lemon citrus. The citrus quality in this does last into the dry down. It's not as strong in the opening as it is in the opening and the mid, but it does last. It's light, airy, green, and slightly aromatic. It's perfect. And the more I wear this one, the more I like it. That's Citrus Riviera from BDK. I don't know how many that was, maybe 11 or 12. What did you think of that selection? And do you have particular fragrances that you wear when you're doing outdoor activities? Do let me know. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I really look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye for now.